Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to Nibra's online class. I hope all of you are fine and safe at your home. We were discussing the chapter The Boy Who Drew Cats, published by Asakawa Takejuru. Have you read the part that we have completed? Yes. Anyway, I would like to ask you a few questions to check whether you have understand or not, and to check whether you have read it or not. Are you ready for the questions? Okay. Let me ask you a few questions. And the first question is, where does this story take place? Where does this story take place? Where does? In a small country village in Japan. Very good. In a small country village in Japan. And my second question. How is the youngest child introduced in the story? How is the youngest child introduced in the story? How is he introduced? Yes. The youngest child is a little boy and does not seem to be fit for hard work. He is very clever, cleverer than all his brothers and sisters. But he was quite weak and small. That's how he introduced in the story. He was very clever and cleverer than all other children. But he is weak. He is not fit to do the hard work. Okay, my third question. Why did the parents take the boy to the priest? Why did the parents take the boy, the clever boy, to the priest? Yes, the people of the village said that the boy could never grow very big. So, his parents thought it would be better for him to become a priest than to become a farmer. That's why the parents take the boy to the priest. Okay, I hope all of you have answered these three questions correctly. My fourth question. What does the word acolyte mean? In the last class, I gave you the meaning what is acolyte. Then what does the word acolyte mean? Yes, a person assisting a priest in a religious service is called acolyte. Okay? I hope all of you have answered the questions, the four questions very correctly. Haven't you? Okay, so we learned that the story, The Boy Who Drew Cats, take place in a small country village in Japan, and the farmer and his wife had a number of children. And among that children, and the youngest child is not fit for the hard work, and the farmer and his wife took the boy to the priest and to make the boy become a priest. That is what we learned from the last class. And are you ready to listen the rest part of the story? Do you think the boy become a priest? Let's find it out from the rest part of the story, and you can see on the screen the text of the story, and also you can hear the audio of the text, and you have to make sure go through the paragraphs, go through the story with me, and also please underline the unfamiliar words in your textbook, and later you can find the meaning of it from either from the glossary or any dictionary. Okay? Are you ready to listen the rest part of the story? Here you are.
The boy learned quickly what the older priest taught him and was very obedient in most things. But he had one fault. He liked to draw cats during study hours, and to draw cats even where cats ought not to have been drawn at all. Whenever he found himself alone, he drew cats. He drew them on the margins of the priest's books, and on all the screens of the temple, and on the walls, and on the pillars. Several times the priest told him this was not right, but he did not stop drawing cats. He drew them because he could not really help it. He had what is called the genius of an artist, and just for that reason he was not quite fit to be an acolyte. A good acolyte should study books. One day after, he had drawn some very clever pictures of cats upon a paper screen. The old priest said to him severely, "My boy, you must go away from this temple at once. You will never make a good priest, but perhaps you will become a great artist. Now let me give you a last piece of advice, and be sure you never forget it. Avoid large places at night. Keep to small." The boy did not know what the priest meant by saying, "Avoid large places, keep to small." He thought and thought while he was tying up his little bundle of clothes to go away, but he could not understand those words, and he was afraid to speak to the priest anymore, except to say goodbye.
Okay, I think all of you have gone through the paragraphs that we taken now. Haven't you? Okay, let me ask you a few questions to check whether you have understood or not. Okay, my first question. What was the one fault of the boy? What was the one fault of the boy? What was the fault of that boy? The beginning of the paragraphs that we taken today, I explained, I read the fault of the boy. What was that fault? Yes, he liked to draw cats during study hours, and to draw cats even where cats ought not to have been drawn at all. That is the fault of the boy who is the character in the story, the boy who drew cats, the same boy. He always drew cats everywhere in the temple. That is what the fault of that boy. Okay, then my second question. Where did the boy draw cats? Where did the boy draw cats? Where he used to draw the cats? Yes, he drew cats on margins of the priest's books and on all the screens of the temple and on the walls and on the pillars. Everywhere. Where did he get a chance to draw cats? He drew cats there. In pillars, in temple walls, priest margins, priest books margins, everywhere. He drew cats. So he drew cats everywhere. My third question. The boy was not quite fit to be an acolyte. What was the reason? Why? Why in the story that said the boy was not quite fit to be an acolyte? Why? Yes, because he had what is called the genius of an artist. Because he had what is called the genius of an artist, and that's why he was not quite fit to be an acolyte. An acolyte should read books. Okay, my fourth question. But perhaps you will become a great artist. Do you think the opinion of the priest about the boy is appropriate? Why? Do you think the opinion of the priest about the boy is appropriate? What was the opinion of the priest? Yes, perhaps you will become a great artist. And you have read that one day after he finished drawing the cats, the priest scolded him and severely said to him, "You must go away from him." The priest said to the boy he had to go away from the temple. And then he said to him that perhaps you will become a great artist instead of a priest. Okay, then do you think that the opinion of the priest about the boy is appropriate, and why? Yes, the priest's opinion is appropriate. The boy drew cats when and where the picture should not be drawn, and he had the genius of an artist, and the priest realized his skill to draw the pictures, and that's why he said the boy perhaps he would become a great artist. Okay, my last question. What was the advice of the priest to the boy? Before the boy left from the temple, the priest gave him an advice. What was that advice? Yes, the priest advised the boy to avoid large places at night and keeps to small. That is what the advice that gave by the priest before the boy left the temple. And this is what we learned today. And we realized that the boy had one fault. What was that fault? Yes, he drew cats everywhere, in the pillars, walls, priests, books, margins, everywhere. Where he liked to draw the cats, he drew the cats there. That is what the fault of the boy that we learned today. And one day he drew cats upon a paper screen, and the priest told him he had to go away from the temple. You must go away from the temple. And he added that he would never make a good priest, but he could become a artist. That is what the opinion of the priest about that boy, and he gave an advice to him. What was that advice? Yes, the priest advised the boy to avoid large places at night and keep to small. But the boy didn't understand what that advice means. He didn't understand that opinion, that advice, but he kept it in his mind, and he left the temple without saying any more words to the priest. But goodbye. He can't tell more than that. That's why he left the temple. He bundled up all his things and left the temple. That is what we learned today. So finally the boy tells goodbye to the priest and left the temple. Where will he go? Will he become a priest? To be continued.